Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Nick Collier here, and I don't know, a month or two back, I acquired this old M-head Bridgeport, and it's a pretty good unit, except somebody just abused the hell out of it, and so I'm going back in and fixing the things that are broken and replacing the things that got lost, and you know, just putting the thing back together again. It's an M-head body with a J-head head. Now, there's a big problem with that. The four bolts that hold the head on don't exactly match. We're going to deal with that at a later date. But today, we've got a gear that somebody just stripped the hell out of. And so we're going to braze that gear up and recut the threads, or not the threads, recut the teeth of the gear and put that thing back into play here. So stick with me. We're going to have a good time. Alright, so we've got this very, very banged up gear. I mean, other than it missing, four teeth, it's in pretty good shape. But, of course, it is missing those four teeth. So we're going to take this and we're going to grind this down and get ourselves a nice seat for the brazing, and then braze up these two sections here. First thing we got to do is take it over to the vise and grind on it. Alright, so we've got our beginning here. We're going to replace those two teeth. Well, and one on the other side, of course. But first we need to take this up to some kind of temperature. And I've got a 400-degree stick here. So we're going to take it up, or 475. So we're going to take it up to 475 and see how it does. Now, hell, we're already up there. Let's get started. Okay, well, Nick Collier here, and we're going to continue with this gear project. Where is that gear? No, here it is. We've got the brazing done, and I came in and chipped out all of the, or at least as much of the flux as I could, because I just didn't want it to ruin my my bits. So now what we have to do is we have to build a mandrel so that we can set this between centers. And I got a piece of steel here that will work just fine as a mandrel. We're gonna crank this up, drill out our centers. Flip that around. Do it on the other side. And we've got two center holes, one on each end. Now what we want to do is put our mandrel in, or our centering device. Can't think of the name of it. Get our wrench, which has disappeared. There it is. And my tool's a little bit dull, so I'm going to go and grind that down just a little bit, and I'll be back. Nice. Put our live center in, get a lathe dog, and we'll be set to go. Yeah, except that one's not going to reach, is it? I'm thinking we're going to need to weld something onto this. So first thing we want to do is snug this down, figure out where the dog is going to land, and come up with some kind of an extension for that. Little piece of tubing or something like that. I must have something laying around. Something like that. That looks pretty good to me. So we'll just cut it off right there. And we've got plenty of room before we need to get to our diameter, so we're good there. thinking I'm sitting high or low? Looks like I'm sitting a little bit low. Let's give that a try and see what we come up with. Much better. And we're cutting it the right direction of taper, because you can see that it's cutting less and less each time, each revolution. And that pretty much is skipping, almost skipping right there. Let's see what that's got to offer. So we're at 20 and a half, and this side we're at 27. So we went a little too far. Let's give that a try. $14. $9. So we need to come back even further. Oh, 23 and 24 and a quarter. Perfect. Okay, now that we've got our general size or our general taper worked out, let's come in and figure out what size we need here. And we'll set that down there. Oh, this isn't going to fit. Ah! All right, let me get the smaller one. There we go. And we're sitting at 711. Lucky 711. 711 and a half. 711 and a quarter. 711 and a quarter. All right, let's do this one more time just to make sure. Seven, 9.5. All right, let's do it one more time. $7.11 and a half. All right, we'll go with that. And we are way wide of that at this point. We're sitting probably at almost an inch. 825. So we got 100 thousandths to take off of this. How come we're dragging? All right. We're going to take 20 at a time. All right, let's give it a try. And we are sitting on number 3 jaw, so we want to come back to that. Fairly snug fit going in, but it looks like we're going to make it. Maybe just a little bit of maneuvering. Just take a thou or so off. That's better. So, okay, so we're going to be good and snug as we get up to that shoulder there. All right, so we just want to push it on one time and call it a day. So our next shoulder, and this is 2, and that is 1, and there is 3. And our next shoulder is going to be 1 inch 130 thousandths. So somewhere right in there. We're going to go just a little bit beyond it because we want those threads to kind of bottom out on the piece itself. So we'll just take that to there. Another 10. All right, well, we're going to go down to 500 to ½ inch. So we got 150 thousandths to go here. I really don't want to take it down too much further than that, but I think I'm going to be forced to, at least for a little bit. So let's take it down. Just a smidge. Just enough to give our threads a chance to kind of square up before they start going on. And we'll take this out and go over to the vise and go ahead and hand thread this. All right, so we're going to put a ½ inch by 20 die or thread down this thing, and our tap should, or our die should just kind of run down here fairly smoothly. Let's see, make sure on this side, yes. Come on. Is it gonna start going straight? Yeah, look at that. Nice and straight. And then as we get down to the actual size, it'll be a little more difficult to run the tap or run the die. Nice. We've got threads almost to the bottom. I think with a good size washer, we'll be able to kind of get that all set up and be able to tighten up on the gear. All right, so we've got our shaft done. We want to slide our gear up onto the shaft, and it should just slide right on fairly nice and snug. Nice and tight. And it looks like we can put a washer on here and a bolt or a nut. Cool. And we've got ourselves a gear that's concentric with center and ready to go. Now we need to find number three chuck jaw, and we did. We're set. Now, all right, let's spin this thing and see how we're doing. Well, we don't need our drivetrain. Looks pretty tight. And we want to get this more closer to square. And we're going to start right in here. We'll just bring it in until we just begin to touch. There it is right there. Now, interestingly enough, we're not hitting dead center. Oh, no, we are. We're just hitting flux. So just a little further. Okay, there we are. There's center. Now we're going to bring our dial back to 0. Have a look and see how we're doing there. Looks pretty good. Have we hit the other side yet? Oh yeah. Okay, keep coming in. Of the gears themselves. That looks pretty good. All right, and we have one little part here, although I don't know. They might just file that. So we've got to do this side, and let's change positions to do that side. All right, so let's cut this side, see what we can come up with. All right, now we're even. Okay. And we still got some flux in there, but I think I can come in there with maybe a diamond bit or something like that and get that flux out. Let's see what this looks like. It looks like it's got a step there, but there is almost nothing. Although I'm not seeing it hitting. But at the same time, this thing sits on that boss right there. So any extra that's sitting out here is not going to get in the way of anything. So I think we're going to just leave it like it is. And we've got a little bit of undercut right here, but you know, I'm not too worried about it. So let's take it over to the mill and set that up. All right, so we've come in, we've squared up our head. I mean, we've trammed in our head, we've trammed in our dividing head. We've squared up. Let me make sure that I've got a good tight bolt here. Yeah, it's good and tight. We've squared up our tailstock to the head. We've got put an indicator on the shaft here, make sure everything is nice and round and it's traveling round. And we want to get it around to a tooth that is going to be visible to the cutter head. We want to put our cutter head in. And cutter. Now this is a 12 tooth or 12 not 12 teeth, 12 pitch, 20-degree cutting head or cutting disc. We put it on our, let's make sure we're going the right way. Yeah, that's fine. Put our cap back on. Well, actually, we can just put this on there. Put the whole thing into the mill. Tighten it back up. Nice. Okay, we're snug there. We'll probably, well, I don't know, that's good. We can come down to that point. We need to center ourselves on the shaft itself. And I think we can do that just by very careful eyeball. Then we bring the cutter head over, or I mean the table over to the cutter head. Slide it in, and we're sitting off just a little bit. We want to get our divider up to 0. And let's see where we're at here. There it is. And we need to figure out how many teeth and how many times around we need to go, and we're gonna come back for that.